Hey y'all, hey! LaQuisha here at Confident Canvas. I am back today and so very grateful to share with you the sponsored printables for Restore Your Royalty 2023. And I am incredibly grateful to the shop owners who donated this year, who saw this cause as important and worthy of attention and contributed to the fundraiser that's being hosted to support the Office of Family Safety in Nashville, Tennessee. And so I will admit to you, so in the corner here, you'll see what I call my Restore Your Royalty box. This is filled with printables and stickers and all things that have purple on them that I've been collecting over time. And also over the years. So as I've printed the printables from all the different shops and people who have donated, I have put them in this box, which has turned into my little stash box when I need it for creating. But these have old printables in them, and so unfortunately, the old printables are not currently available. The ones I'm getting ready to show you are, but I mentioned this box because I only printed one page of everyone who sponsored this year's printable, and that was because this box is already filled with so much that I truly need to use. And my goal is to use a lot of it this year. And so instead of inundating this box with more printables that I was just going to cut a little from, I just printed one of each page from each sponsor so I could share that with you here. So without everything being printed, you can hear this is a healthy little stack of stuff. So I believe we had 10 or 11 sponsors this year. So that means because some people submitted multiple pages, there are lots to choose from to create with during October, which is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So I will link a video in the description below explaining Restore Your Royalty, what I've done over the years. But I do want you to know that it did not start in the art world. My advocacy had started actually with my volunteering for multiple organizations, which is why I donate the money generated from this campaign to different organizations. Like I can't even pinpoint one. There's so many across the nation that are doing all they can to garner grants, sponsorships, support, volunteers, and just resources overall to continue the work of opening their shelters every day, supplying the needs of victims and survivors, as well as advocacy legally through our court system and our government. And so in order to do that, they need funding. This issue and cause is not one that a lot of people feel comfortable talking about. And so as I entered the art world, I decided in 2016 that I wanted to try to figure out a way to help artists help me spread this message. And I think I've been able to figure that out. And so you'll see here the printables from sponsors or shop owners and different artists who donated something that you could print from home in order to create. So when I started the campaign, one of the struggles that I found a lot of people were sharing with me was that they didn't have the color in their stash. Purple, unfortunately, is not a color a lot of people are fond of. And so I said I need to get some purple in their hands. And this was the idea I came up with, I believe, in 2018. And we've moved forward since. So I also, you'll see that I wrote on these printable sheets. And that was so I would remember what number of sheets were donated by that particular sponsor. And so this sheet right here is from, and I'm doing her first intentionally. We call her Dr. Disha. She is a PhD and a survivor and an advocate in a lot of ways. She actually is a volunteer for the center that is the recipient of the funds this year, which is one of the reasons why I selected it. And Disha has also been a patron of mine, a supporter, a prayer warrior. Like, she is just anything I need. I know I can reach out to her, and she will do whatever she can to make it possible, even though she doesn't even live in my state. And so I'm starting with Disha's Printable because of her work in Nashville, Tennessee, through this organization. And I also want to tell you that she donated 8 pages 8 pages of printables. This is only one of her 8 pages, and her theme for her submission is a junk journal, or a journal that you can create that features the color purple, of course, beautiful lilacs and lavenders and dark purples and plums. There's also some images of ladies in the printable, and it looks very, very vintage. And so this is the page that I printed that I'm definitely going to include in, I don't know which book yet, because this is the size of my, I want to say my A5, which I'm not currently in. I'm trying out a B6 right now. And so I think I'm going to do something with the image that's in the center and use that, or I'll transfer the whole sheets to my A5 and then layer over top of it. So thank you, Disha, for these beautiful pages. And if you want to see the other 7 sheets, all you need to do is send a donation. Now, first, I just want to say, any donation amount matters. We are trying to raise $2,000 for this organization. And by the time you watch this video, I'm very happy to report that at the end of the first week of Domestic Violence Awareness Month in October, we've already raised $500. So if we can raise $500 a week for the next 3 weeks, we will meet our goal. And I am going to personally travel to Tennessee to deliver this money to the organization, as well as hopefully scoop up some friends that I know in the area from the art world who have also supported the campaign to stand with me, as they've done online, to present the funds to the organization. So again, this is from Disha. She's Faithful Creations on Instagram. And then our next printable is from somebody I love. This printable is from Shauna Noel of Illustrated Faith. And I found out when I went to our staff retreat that Elaine selected all these different purples for us. So again, you're only looking at one of 3 sheets of her printable that was designed and created and donated. But I want you to know that all 3 sheets of these printables have all different shades of purple. So you're only looking at 4 of those shades of purple right now. And library cards are extremely popular in the Illustrated Faith community, and in the Bible journaling community, and truthfully probably in the art community as a whole and at large, because I see a lot of it in vintage junk journaling as well. But this is a great backdrop or background or starting point for layering different bits and pieces over top of it that feature our color for the month, which is purple. So thank you to the Illustrated Faith team for creating this for Restore Your Royalty. There are 3 pages of this printable. And then next we have my friend Jade from Etched by Faith. She is a recurring sponsor. And so is Shauna and Disha, by the way. I have some people who every year they donate a printable, and so we have several years of printables from some of the shop owners that you'll even see tonight. And Jade is one of them. Jade is very supportive of the cause, and she also is a survivor. I don't think she's a survivor of domestic violence, but she has shared her story with me about overcoming child sexual abuse, which we highlight in April for Reveal Your Teal. But this printable is beautifully laid out. There are different nationalities of girls. There are these like beautiful purple clouds with these little clusters in the corner, and these affirming statements that can be used to remind you of who you are and remind others that look at your account who they are in Christ. And so as a believer, she was sure to include some scripture here for the person to look up and use in their journaling as well. So this page is what you'll receive from Etched by Faith. I just realized I did not tell y'all how you would get these. So I was telling you that a donation of any amount helps, and then I went into what we were trying to do financially. But in order to receive access to these printables, you would donate $25 or more, and not only will you receive access to the printables, but you'll also receive a customized profile picture that has a circular frame. On one side it says Restore Your Royalty, and on the right hand side it says Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And this is a great way to show your standing for this issue on social media. You can use it as a profile photo or just as a post, or however you choose, and I will be the person who creates that for you. So those are the two things that you'll receive: access to the printables, all the pages, even the ones you're not seeing in the video, and then you'll also receive a customized profile picture that you can use as well. And that is with a $25 donation or more. And so I'm going to continue with another recurring sponsor, Katrina of Paper, Pens, and Coffee. She is just so creative. She always, I believe, hand draws or creates her printables personally for this campaign. And over the years, she has just created some beautiful mixed media pieces that we can use a layer with and feature in our journaling and our mixed media. So she always features something that's referring to a queen. I love this lettering type, and she even labels for you what everything is. So this is washi tape alongside. And also my color might be just a little bit off because I think it was Katrina's printable when my printer started running out of ink. And y'all, I was not printing this again. I was like, this is purple enough for me. So I do believe that this washi tape is a bit darker purple, but overall this this printable is very thoughtful, and I especially love this little envelope that says, "Dear Queen, you are free." And she has a bunch of affirmations underneath. You are you, you are perfect, you are confident, you are attractive. And so this is affirming to see that. Thank you, Katrina. And then we have this next printable. I am a fan of a brand on Instagram called Ladies Loving God. And if you're looking them up, you won't find them if you put a G on loving. It's Ladies Loving it ends with the letter N and then God. And whoever is behind this account, I've never met the person. I know without a shadow of a doubt that she loves God, whoever this is, because she creates all these beautiful printables all the time for free. Like, she has a Facebook group where you can download printables all the time. And so I believe if you search her group, the name that I just shared on Facebook, you can find her and get these free. Not this one in particular, but the other printables like this that she creates. And so I reached out to her, and she just not only quickly responded, but quickly turned around this printable. And so it's just like she is a printable machine. She's putting them out for the glory of God. And I really appreciate her submitting something so beautiful for Restore Your Royalty this year. So we have a purple door covered in florals. We got purple frames, little washi tape bits, butterflies, and edgers here. So thank you so much to Ladies Loving God for this beauty for Restore Your Royalty. And speaking of doors, we got more doors, y'all, but let me tell you something. These doors are special. I don't know how much I could share, but I will tell you that Amy of Mommy Muddling she is a warrior in so many ways. I won't even say it's this like she's gone through so much. I've been connected to her for years, ever since I entered the Bible journaling community. I've just seen her grow in so many ways. And this year she decided to jump in and say, I'm standing with you. And I'm so grateful for her. So thank you, Amy, for these beautiful Open the Doors printable. I think this is giving me goosebumps at the moment, because I thought about as a child how we had to escape in the middle of the night. Of various times, I remember being very young and putting our clothes in garbage bags to escape in the middle of the night for my mother's safety. And to read something that says open the doors and see these beautiful doors that have crowns on them and they say welcome, it reminds me of how, I remember walking in the street with my mother in the middle of the night. And I wish that someone would have opened their doors to us, because I remember how tired she was and how tired I was as a child. And so if more people open the doors, not only their physical doors to people who need support, but also open the doors of their hearts, there would be less people walking around feeling like they're alone in this. I will never forget having to carry something like that at a time that I should have been asleep as a child. And no one should have to endure that. And so these doors evoked some emotion in me when she sent this printable. And I haven't even shared this with her yet because I didn't know how. I try to formulate how I want to express things to different people, because I know the position that I hold in being an advocate. And so now, Amy, if you're watching this, now you know I appreciate this personally. You have no idea how these doors have touched my heart. And I will also say, unfortunately, I was printing Amy's when my printer was running out of ink. So I do believe this door is dark purple, but it came out a little burgundy on my printable. But I'm still going to use this, and I'm incredibly grateful for the thoughtfulness of Amy of Mommy Muddling. Thank you, Amy. That was a moment I had just now. Sorry. But continuing along, I just want to say, so you'll see a recurring theme in a lot of the printables that we have, and I feel like one of the recurring themes is you'll see a lot of butterflies, which represent freedom. Actually, butterflies represent many things, but I do believe that a lot of people equate the butterfly symbolism to freedom. You'll see a lot of crowns, partially because a lot of people call me queen. I compete in pageants, and I use pageantry, or have used pageantry in the past, to further promote this cause, not just domestic violence, but also sexual abuse. And so in doing so, people picked up on that, and I'm always, whenever I have won a title in the past, I've always used it to promote this. And so there's crowns on almost every printable. Because I think I like crowns. I mean, personally, for me, it's like a reminder of who I am, and like a jolting back. Like anytime you had those moments where you just like, I can't do this anymore. These crowns symbolize, girl, get yourself together. So I do want to say that I appreciate how well done these printables are. I love the beauty of them. Like, people have captured me, the essence of me. Like, I love royalty, I love beauty, I love elegance, I love neat and tidy, and people really have figured that out and put that in printable form. And so really grateful for Lisa of Pink Prescription on Instagram. She's Pink Prescription Co, I believe. And while she doesn't sell printables anymore, she creates some absolutely beautiful ones. And so she is also a recurring sponsor, not just for these campaigns, but also for anything I've ever led. And so I just want to say thank you to you, Lisa, for, and another thing you'll see a lot in these printables is florals. I love florals. And you'll see that in these printables. So this is actually an old printable, but it is in the 2023 folder because I never uploaded it to the year it was supposed to be in because it was on a website. And so I had a dear friend, her name is Maria. She is My Creative Worship on Instagram. She had created a link online where people could go there directly and download all these printables for Restore Your Royalty, Reveal Your Teal, and she also had like a couple additional ones for Bible journaling there. They were all free. And so I would link the link to people when I sent them the link to the folder for the other printables during that year. But she since then has closed her website down, and so I didn't want the people who did have access to lose that, and so I uploaded them to the 2023 folder so that people could continue to use them. She has 4 pages in the folder for this cause. She also has some that we're going to upload for Reveal Your Teal in April as well, but this one doesn't necessarily feature the color purple, but it features scriptures that are encouraging as well as the images of pretty girls. Just a reminder of who God sees you as, so unfortunately a lot of domestic violence ends in us not feeling very good about our parents, ourselves, our trajectory in life. And so these images are like reminders of who we are, and they even have images that look like women in deep thought, which is oftentimes what happens when someone's in those abusive situations. And so you'll receive 4 pages from Maria this year as well. Thank you, Maria. She's sponsored for several years in a row. And this is also another one of hers. I think I already had this printed, so I included it in the stack. But this is one of her purple ones as well, reminding you that you will receive beauty for ashes and some other things. I love the scriptures that she has included on here as well, and how she has hashtag Stop the Silence on the side, not even realizing that would be the name of the book that I would be published in this year. She did this printable years ago. So thank you, Maria, again. This printable is from another recurring sponsor. Her name is Ella. She is located in South Africa. I'm so grateful for her. She also is another one who does not hesitate. To be honest, I don't really have a lot of people who hesitate. I have had shops this year and in the past just flat out say no or ignore my requests, which is fine. I mean, everybody doesn't want to talk about this, and when they're ready, I'll be here. But Ella is one of the ones who oftentimes will reach out to me just to check on me. My cat passed last month, and she's been sending me all kind of lovely messages to keep me encouraged and remind me that it was going to be okay in the loss of my cat. So she also sent a 4-page printable for Restore Your Royalty. There are 2 black and white pages and 2 mixed media full spread sheets that you can use as bits in your background or in your mixed media. And so one of the things that I want to mention about her, I do have both of her black and white pages here. So the other 2 pages that she has are full color mixed media designs. One of the things I want to highlight though is that she included contact information and resource info for domestic violence organizations and support in America and other international places. So we have it for America, Canada, Mexico, South Africa, which is where she's from. I mean, she went all the way to the UK. So this is the kind of thing that I'm asking people to spread, because I don't know who's going to see this when it's shared. I don't know who might need a phone number in Australia or the United Kingdom. And we do have participants from all over who follow our accounts and our social media. So one of the thought processes that I had is that it's not safe for people in these situations to visit websites, because if an abuser finds out or sees that they have sought out some help, that often can further the danger that that victim or person is in. And so no one is suspicious of social media, because all of us, everybody in the world, is walking around scrolling through Facebook, Instagram, and other apps. And so this is a safe place for somebody to stumble on this post and say, I need to call this number and get help. And so I'm really grateful to her, and I didn't mean to spend that much time there, but I'm really grateful to her for actually providing a resource on the resource sheets. And so here are her 2 pages that are black and white. It says, I am the daughter of a king. It says, I am enough here. I know that this statement bothers a lot of people in the Christian community, but when you are in a broken space and you are encountering domestic violence, that is the time to tell yourself that you are enough and you should love yourself enough to walk away from that relationship situation, that you deserve better. I'm not going to argue that with anybody, but I just wanted to point that out for the people who cringe over this. This is not the space to tell somebody to think less of themselves, because they oftentimes already do, and more often than not, that's a reason why they stay. And so just wanted to point that out. And then also this page says, he will restore me. And then she has not only the scripture, but she has it typed out as well on the bottom. Just really grateful for Ella. She is just very thorough and thoughtful in her donation. So thank you again, Ella, for your generous donation. And then this last, wait a minute, I didn't print Talia's. Sorry, y'all. I just realized that I didn't print Talia's. This is her old one, and I don't know how I got this out the 2023 folder, but I did, and I need to rectify this. But maybe what I'll do is at the end of this video, I'll put a screenshot up of her printable so that you can see it. But Talia also donated, and I just happened to mention it because I just noticed I didn't switch this out. But Barbara Thomas Art is also another person who has donated in the past. She's a recurrent sponsor. She also hand draws out her printables like Katrina. And so this year she has 4 sheets a part of her donation. And so you will have this full sheet, another full color sheet, and then she has 2 black and white versions of these sheets that you can color. So maybe you want this flower to be a darker purple or a different color overall. Like you don't have to use all of these just in October, and you want to create, you know, these different images in different colors. So she has made a black and white version that you can color and create on yourself. And so you'll get 4 pages from Barbara as well. And then again, I'm going to put up Talia's newest printable, because this is from last year, which I love. I'm glad that I printed it because these butterflies were it. I really love them, and I love her splatters here. But this is not the one you'll receive for 2023. But I do want to say Talia of Chasing Olives is a recurrent sponsor. She's a recurrent friend. She's a recurrent supporter. She is just has been there with me from the beginning of this journey and has stayed in a very impactful way. So I'm really, really grateful for her. So you won't be able to access this particular printable unless you donated during that year. But I will show you what she did this year, which is even more incredible. alongside this. So again, I'm gonna show you what you're gonna get. You're gonna get something from Talia, which I'm gonna put up at the end of the video. You're gonna get this from Barbara Thomas Art, in addition to 3 more pages. You're gonna get 4 sheets from Ella Rotes from South Africa. So these are 2 of the 4 sheets I've shared with you. You'll also get 4 sheets from Maria, My Creative Worship on Instagram. These are 2 of her printables. You'll receive Lisa's from Pink Prescription Co., Amy from Mommy Muddling on Instagram, her doors. And then we have Ladies Loving God. And then we have Katrina's of Paper, Pens, and Coffee. We have Jade from Etched by Faith. And then we have a donation from Shauna Noel, Elaine Davis of Illustrated Faith, as well as you'll get 2 additional sheets of library cards in different shades of purple. And then you're going to get 8 pages of printables to create your own junk journal or journaling spread from Faithful Creations, Dr. Disha, we love her, and all of our sponsors this year. Again, we've already raised $500. The money will be contributed to an organization in Nashville, Tennessee called the Office of Family Safety. And they support not only domestic violence survivors and victims, but also sex trafficking and sexual abuse. And to be honest, most organizations are expanding their reach to those issues as well, because they're growing, and that's so unfortunate that these issues are recurring. And tonight I looked on the National Domestic Violence Hotline website, and they are inundated with phone calls and chat requests and inquiries. So I'm a little concerned. I feel like during the awareness month, like this is a time where it's a little bit more ramped up, that people are talking about the issue, and there's like a high volume of it occurring. I also lost a dear friend last month to domestic violence as well. And she was actually buried in a purple casket. And when I tell you, y'all, some people may think I come on too strong about this cause and this issue, but I know how it affects people firsthand, and I know that it's not, it seems like there's just no end to it, and that there's help that's needed. I visited Safe Hope this year, last week or the week before, when I went to Kansas with the Illustrated Faith team, and they went from being the recipient of the donations in April to finishing their brand new shelter. And so these are the people that I saw who volunteer and work for Safe Hope, along with some Kansas City police officers. 3 of them are from the department, but the rest of them work for Safe Hope. And I actually toured their, not only the new shelter, but also their resiliency center and the area where they store like the supplies that they collect to support people who live in the shelter and people who are in the community who are in need. And they need stuff, y'all. There shouldn't be any empty space on their shelves, but here we are. So I'm gonna do my part. I don't know how much I'm going to raise. I know that I have a goal. I know that they need more than $2,000. I know that there are several organizations that need our support. All I'm asking right now is for whatever you can give and offer, and whatever you can do creatively with the artwork supplied for us to use this month. So thanks for joining me today for this flip through of the printables for Restore Your Royalty 2023. Talk to you soon.